In this video, I'll show you a free-to-play team to beat this boss. So the stage effect, resonance damage increase, which is a follow-up attack, ice damage increase, and a berserk stack, which just means that the boss does more damage the longer you progress the fight, and make sure you include the guardian or medic on the team. As for the boss gaming itself, it gains 2 stacks of Ragnarok every turn to all the shadows, including the lantern, and the Ragnarok stacks just increases the damage the shadows will do per the cost of some HP each turn, and the Ragnarok stacks can stack to 10 times. So let's go to the team. This rotation is going to be pretty much the same as the previous update, so I'll just go through this very quick. Skill 3 counter attack, Skill 2 damage, the hideout also damage, and he scales on defense, and then you get more damage buff when you get the shield, so more chaos rate also. For the cards, you use the meditation opulence for more resonant damage, more ice damage, and this one is not my fox. This one is a 5-star weapon. Increase defense and just increase damage in general. Then I'll show you the start screen. Remember that this is not my fox. Then we have Yuki, which is going to be our support for fox, because she can give the shield defense. Skill 3 can also get a damage buff. Highlight can also give defense buff. Now Revelation cards, a Faith and Peace set, just more defense. And then every time she uses a skill on Fox, and give shield to increase Fox's defense also. And the 4-star weapon for more defense, more shield. Here's the start screen. And then we're also using Leon. We are not using Leon for attack. We are using Leon for crit damage. You want him to be at least A4 to be really useful, because A4 gives the crit damage buff with the highlight, ideally A6, so that you will give crit damage also when Fox has less than 60% HP, which you can easily do with skill 2. So we will literally be spamming skill 2 the entire way to keep reducing HP. But sadly, Wonder will be using the all-in knife, which heals back up, but it doesn't matter because this rotation is very specific, so that on the turns when Fox uses skill 3, which is the counter attack, his HP will be below 60%, so you don't have to worry about the all-in dagger. Then for highlight, the highlight's purpose is mainly A4 only, because other than the A4 crit damage buff, Leon gives attack buff, which is useless for Fox. Then vibration card, Trust and Prosperity, which you need for this fight, because 6 turns you need 4 highlights, so to ensure that you use Prosperity. Then I have his 4-star weapon, which is not really that useful because we're not gonna buff attack. Then the stat screen on Navigator, Puppet, very self-explanatory. She buffs defense, gives shields, which is exactly what Fox needs. Then the Revision card, Peace and Faith for more defense, more shield, so can buff Fox even more. Then 4-star weapon, again more defense, more shield. The start screen, Wonder, you give him the all-in knife to increase the defense. And like I said, it does heal, but this rotation is very specific, so the healing actually doesn't matter. Then for the Sonas, make sure you put an ice persona in front. Any damage dealing persona that has a AoE move. I'm using this guy because it's the best ice damage dealing persona with a pretty good initial move that can do decent damage. You want to put it as the first one because of the harmony, percent harmony. So that at the start of a battle, Fox can do some counter attack damage. It can make use of the 10% harmony. Then we have Emerald Uzume. Her job is to inflict the shock. A shock can increase the crit damage the opponents will take. And when you shock, you will also increase crit rate for 2 turns. Then just give her some accuracy shock boost to increase the chance of shock, so Fox can do more damage. And lastly, Dionysus, Rebellion, and Revolution. These 2 is a must to buff Fox's crit damage. And let's begin. You reset until Fox gets the oath, so that these few counter attacks will do more damage. Okay, Fox skill 3, set up the counter attack. Leon will skill 2 Fox. Leon literally just spam skill 2 the entire way. He skill 2. Wonder will go Rebellion to bar Fox. Now we just pray that it lands more counter attacks. This boss is super RNG, which is very annoying. Wait, I think I landed all of them right. Okay, that's pretty good. Puppet skill 1. This rotation is pretty much the same, almost the same as the last update one. Skill 2 Fox. I tried a few other things, tried tweaking a few things. I still find out that the previous rotation was still the best one for me. Now we highlight Fox. We on skill 2 again. Then we skill 2. This will get us to 5 Gavel stacks with the Yuki. And then we'll use Mazionga. Shock, not bad. All of the counter attacks here should be 100% chance because we just used the highlight. Last for 3 turns, I think. Okay, now Fox will use skill 3. So with Puppet, you have 2 options. The first option is to use skill 1. Second option is to use skill 2 on Fox. So it depends on your team. The last time I did this rotation, I didn't have any issue. I can just safely use skill 1. But the problem with skill 1 is that the cooldown depends on the shields the team have. So if I use skill 1, it gets like a shield, right? Then the shield provided by Puppet needs to be reduced to 0 in order to cooldown. And we have 4 allies, so you can reduce by 4. So 8 to 4 is 4 countdown. But now my team is stronger, which means my team has more defense, more health or whatever. Skill 1 doesn't reach the countdown fast enough. So you can kind of imagine that right now we are on Leon's turn, right? Which is the second person. Then the next action, the next turn, it might go to Yuki, the third action, or it might go to Wonder. If it goes to Wonder, then on the next turn again, I cannot even use skill 3 because we need like 4 actions, right? And then Fox is very unlikely to reduce the shield, so actually minus 3 only. 1, 2, 3, so it becomes 5. So every 5 actions we can use skill 1. To prevent that, you can use skill 2. But the problem with skill 2 is that you are giving this shield to only Fox, which means your other 3 members are going to be very vulnerable to the enemies. So you might not be able to tank. There's actually another way to work around. You skill 1 this turn, then you skill 3 next turn. This will give you less damage overall because you are having one less seashell stacks. So less damage. So you can experiment, up to you. We have skill 2 here. Now we just need to pray that everybody can tank. Then with skill 2 again. This will reduce Fox's HP below 60. For the A6, more crit damage. With skill 3, the good thing is that skill 3 will at least give us the shield. Then make sure you aim the shocked enemy. Now use Dion's highlight, above crit. Then change Revolution. Make sure you target Fox so that you can get a crit damage from the passive. Okay, good damage. That's how everybody can tank. Okay, everybody still has a shoot, which is good. Now we skill 2 with Fox. Skill 2 again. Leon. Yuki will also skill 2. And then we use Mazionga. Then pray for shock again. Ooh, for shock, that's very good. Now we just pray and tank. Ooh. I think it's gonna be really close. Okay, I think it's possible. As long as I tank this one, we're fine because we're gonna use Puppet skill 3 later on, which will give a lot of shield. Yeah, I think we got it just on crit, then we are fine. Yeah, okay, I think we got it. Barely. Oh, actually barely. One more attack and then we are dead. Now we use Fox Q3. Then now we can use Q3. We have 5 seashell stacks on Fox, I think. No, 6. Ooh, that's nice. Now we use Yuki Highlight. This will give the blessing stack, which will also give the Gavel stack. We will have 5 Gavel stacks after this. Thanks Q2 Fox. Again below 60. This rotation is so that on the Q3 Fox turns, he will always be at less than 60%. So that Leon will get the A6 buff on him. You know, this Q3. I'll get the shock. Just to get a bit more damage. Now we Rebellion with Dionysus. Let's see damage. 800k. Very good. The previous Q3 was 680k, I think. In the final turn, skill 2. Then skill 2 with Leon, but target Wonder because Fox already has the 2 stacks of Power of Friendship. And then we don't have any more turns, we don't have any more counter attacks, so we just target Wonder. Because Wonder will do a little bit of damage. Okay, but then Yuki, you still target Fox, because Fox still needs the highlight. Maybe Fox highlight here. And then we change to the Snake, or whichever DPS persona you have, and use the AoE move. Okay. You see how much? 32 million, that's pretty good.